All righty. Hello, incredible morning. Hello, everyone. Incredible morning. How are you guys doing on this great old Wednesday? It's hump day. Happy hump day, as Gabe from Gabe Baby TV would say. I actually love their channel. Oh, my nose is itchy. All right. I was trying to do like the little intro part where it wasn't like just dead air, hoping that I would be notified that I'm actually live and that I could share it out in that like 2-minute span. But no, that didn't happen. So you guys have to give me a minute for it to pick up so that I can hit share. Oh, speaking of hitting share. So I had someone that gave me some feedback on my videos, right? And the fact that I do the live videos. And, I think they didn't like how long it takes to kind of like get into the topic. It's kind of like they want like, okay, let's just get into it. Like regular videos that people make and they record and then they edit and they can just get like right into it. But if you guys don't know, this is a live broadcast. I am live right now. So I'm initially doing this. I am live. Okay. It's not pre-recorded. So I have to wait for my audience to build. I could just go and start to talk to no one, but then I'll end up with a bunch of questions, usually like, especially if it's something while like I'm teaching, like they'll end up missing a bunch of stuff. So I try to kind of like ease it in. Of course, I also want to teach to more than one people or, just speak to more than a few people. So I have to wait for the notifications to go out and for my audience to build. So if you don't know that, these are live videos, live videos. So then, but the part of it was they're like, well, you spend a lot of time like sharing and all that stuff. Other people just have they just ask people to share. Like you don't do that. You don't ask people to share, which I do. When I get into it, I say, hit that like button, go ahead if you're able to share, But my thought process is it is not technically the responsibility of others. Now, it is great. The more people that share it, the more people that have access to it, and they're able to click on it and view it because it's going out to more places. But at the very least, I'm still going to share out my content because this is my business, right? This is what I desire to do. In order for it to grow, I have to take ownership of it. I have to take control of it. So I go and I actually share it out. Whether or not I get deleted from those groups, they're blocked from those groups. If they don't approve it, hey, that's on them. That's their group to decide if they approve it or not approve it. But because I am trying to build and I want to bring more awareness to my brand and what it is that I do, I have to be the one to take the initiative. So I can't very well go ask for somebody else to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So I'm never going to not do that as far as not sharing my content. It's just that Facebook take too long for it to come up. And so it has to come up to me. Like if you I could easily go like to my Facebook, like I can go into, but it's going to say that it's like Silaholics numbers and that limits where I can share it to. So I have to wait for it to pop up on my timeline so that I can share it out. Which, to be honest, I'm always waiting for Silaholics. See, now it just popped up. We are 6 minutes and 6.5 minutes in, almost 6.5 minutes in, and it's just popping up to give me the notification. So I know that for others, it's taking it a long time for it to even send out the notification. So that's why I'm always waiting for the audience to build. But as I share this out, right? Oh my gosh, thank you guys so very much. Oh, let me tell you, y'all about to make me cry. Oh my gosh. Sharia and Jackie, y'all are about to make me cry. Because when I tell you, woo, when I tell you the Lord does things, baby, baby, baby. Woo, because that was one of the things that I'm also going to talk about in this video is about supporting those. Like when people have platforms and they've worked hard to be able to have monetization. You have some people that get on here freely every single day, and they're not at that point yet to where like internally within the systems that they go live or they provide content on, if they go and put up a pre-recorded video, everyone isn't at a point to where they can receive some sort of monetization for it. It takes others to either purchase stars like they did, and they sent me stars over on Facebook, on YouTube. There's the super chat, super sticker, and things like that. But that was one of the things I want to talk about because people always say, oh, I can go get it from YouTube. I'm going to go watch a YouTube video. And you can, but the very people that you're going to go get this information from, people say, oh, I can go get it for free. But in all actuality, it shouldn't be free. If you go to somebody's YouTube channel, if you go to their Facebook page, you're getting some type of value from it. If they don't have it, maybe post a little comment to say, hey, you have a Cash App, I can go and bless you because this helped me. And it shouldn't always be free. You're getting information that's going to help you make money, yet you don't want to support the person. You want to ask for support, but you don't provide that same love and support and respect back. You rather just go to their channel. You don't even want to give digital currency, which is a like or a share. Like if it helps you, it can help somebody else. Oh, child, let me share this video out so I can get into my message today, because I thank y'all for that, because I normally don't get stars and get things like that or whatever. And this is not in an effort to get those like just for me, but it's for content creators. And there's a reason why like this message came up as far as a wake-up call. I'm going to tell you that before I even share this out, I'm going to preference this by saying this is going to be a live where oh my gosh, come on, don't do this. Okay. I guess you could, not to say that, when people say step on toes, this is going to be a live that might make you uncomfortable. It's a lot of times when you hear what you need to hear versus what you want to hear, it can be quite uncomfortable. So this, if you're not ready to really, and I forgot to put it on this one. So as I'm sharing it out, the title, I guess you can say, the caption that I'm putting with this as I'm sharing it out says, So it says, wake up call. Why are you really stuck? Why are you really stuck? So we're going to dive into this. So I didn't put it on the original, but that's really what we're going to talk about. So why are you really stuck? And this is one where I'm going to share it out to every group that I have on here, whether they approve it or not. Hey, but I'm actually going to share this out to every single group that I have on my list, because you never know where somebody is and where they're watching it at, to where they could use that push. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just share it out. How you guys doing? I see you guys over there. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for giving the video a thumbs up and liking the videos. Ruffle some feathers. Yeah, I mean, yep. Definitely going to end up doing some of that. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Give me a second. Like I said, I'm going to share this some of everywhere. Just give me one moment. Give me one moment. I know. The person that said I spent too much time sharing and need to help and get to it. I know, but this is a good one. I want to really, really share this out. Really, really want to share this out. Okay. All right. There we go. And now let me get my TikTok started. Okay, there we go. All right. So hello again, everyone. Hey, Hans. Hey, Charlie. Joy, good morning. Hello, everyone. Good morning. You should be expecting a call from me a little later. All right. Gotcha. Hush. Hello. Incredible morning. Hello. Incredible morning. Those were those stars over on Facebook. If you're watching over from Shaquille Lavelle Pericles, you won't see the stars on there. It's only from Silaholics Anonymous. Checking in from Virginia. Incredible morning. Hello. Hey, Jesse. Hello. Incredible morning. Stepping on toes a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit this morning. Hello. Good morning. Yep, ruffling a little feathers. Hello. Over on TikTok. How are you guys doing? So you can only grow when you're uncomfortable. Yep, we're about to, I guess maybe fall, or what started this, but Q4 October. So let's see. Hello. All right. Good morning, everyone. All right, so I said good morning to all those who have actually commented over here. Good morning to everyone on this side. Go ahead, tap that screen so we can make it to the For You page. All right, so tap the screen over on TikTok. All right, let me get into it, right? So, because now we're like 14 minutes in. There we go. So that's the starting point, 14 minutes. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, which is my online platform where I have been teaching you guys how to use Silhouette Studio for the past 7 years. If you don't know, Silhouette Studio is the program that controls the Cameo, Portrait, Curio, Mint, Alpha machines. However, it is a really decent beginner graphic designing software. And some people like to say, oh, real graphic designers will use it. It is a vector-based graphic designing software, so it can do some of the same things that you can do in Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and Affinity Designer, and a few of the things that you can do in Photoshop as well. But it is not meant to be a comparison to Photoshop, and Photoshop is not the only software for graphic designing. I was reminded of that when one of my favorite YouTubers, Lee Stewart, he was saying that, he was doing a little bit of Photoshop work, but he said, this isn't really the program that I thrive in. He prefers to work in Illustrator because he creates more vector things, because he does a lot of like cutting and stuff like that. because he has like the big cutting machine. So he does a lot of vector work in Illustrator, yet he's a graphic designer. So had a little debate back and forth about that when someone said real graphic designers won't use Select Studio. But it is a way to get to like learning graphic design, understanding tools, understanding functions that you otherwise would not really use. So we're not going to disregard it as a decent beginner graphic design software. And I have shown over the past 7 years that you can do some amazing things. Well, I've shown you things that I did even a year before I started teaching it. I've been using it for about 8 years, but I've been teaching it for 7. And then we have our amazing product line, as you can see back there. Honestly speaking, we currently carry the best sublimation paper and sublimation ink that you can get of like the best quality for that particular price. It's the best quality in general. If you don't know, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds with our sublimation paper. No cover sheet is required because we have some of the newer technology and the newer made sublimation paper that doesn't bleed through the back. A lot of the older ones still kind of do that. Most of the new ones now, and the way that they are made to make your productivity faster, they don't bleed through the back. So you're going to see quite a few people who have paper that will say like there's no bleed, you don't need any cover sheet to it, because that is the way that it is changing and the way that it is developing to make it a lot easier for creators, and it eliminates some of those extra steps so that you can get it done quicker, faster, better. And we have that product. And I was one of the first people to challenge you guys to break out of the 400 degrees for 60 seconds because you're actually over sublimating most of the time. You're getting those like weird colors and like wondering why. Because you're actually over sublimating, especially if you're using a lower ink setting. So by the time all that ink is gone, you have no choice but to just burn the paper, which in turn burns your sublimation print. But that's for another story. I will discuss that in my sublimation seminar. So if you don't know, we have a virtual sublimation seminar that is coming up September 26th through October 1st. 6 days of absolutely amazing content that's going to really set you up. Or even if you have started, this goes back into what this message is going to be about today. Why are you really stuck? And it's probably because of skill development. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to take you through all the things, like pertinent things that you really, really, really need to know, not just to start sublimation, but to understand the process and understand your journey so that you won't be so frustrated when things come up. You get frustrated when something happens and sometimes it's like that's what's supposed to happen, but because you don't know that, you weren't prepared for that, all everyone talks about is just the beautiful things that you can create and just show you kind of like the perfect stuff. What about those times when it doesn't work? What happens? Or why are your colors off? Why is your printer doing this? Why is your substrate doing that? So in this submission seminar, we're going to break all that down, from like your heat presses and why you're getting like why some people get great results and some people not so much, because it might be due to the quality of the heat press, the way it's made. What do you need to check all of these things? This is going to be full of information for 6 straight days. We're going to talk more about that at the end. So you can either come back if you can't stay on, come back later on, go towards the end. We're going to talk about that. So that was the paper. And then we have 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of different classes, teaching you about designing in these things, teaching you about how to get started in creating things like chip bags, water bottle labels. This is a part of my academy. It's being hosted by my academy, the Sublimation Seminar business. So setting up your Shopify. So I just really help you unlock your creativity over in my 365 Creative Academy, on my 365 Creative Academy. All right. So that's a little bit about who I am, and what it is that I do. All right. So I see a question I see a comment down there. This is not a general Q&A. Okay. I'm normally on, yes, my Wednesday morning live is normally a Q&A. It's normally a help session, right? This is going to be a help session, but it's not a general Q&A. So I will not be answering any of the just like printer questions or why does this do that type questions. This is something that was put on me heavy, heavy, heavy starting yesterday evening. And I kind of woke up in the middle of the night and I wrote some things down. Now, technically, I could probably create about a couple different videos from this content that I'm about to get into, but I don't have time for that. I have other stuff I have to worry about. So when God give it to me, I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna lay all of it out on the table for you guys. All right. I have spent the past several years really helping creative entrepreneurs. Okay. Um, I was looking up the definition yesterday when I was on with Eric from the Blank Spot. And as far as like what I consider an entrepreneur to be, and if you guys want to go in and chime in on what you think an entrepreneur is, go ahead and type that into the comments as well. But like I always see that as someone who's starting up. Like an entrepreneur is someone who starts a business, right? And though they have a desire to start a business, they are going to go in and try and do the research and do everything to start a business. An entrepreneur starts a business. So for me, those are two different things as far as being a business owner and being an entrepreneur. It's going to seem kind of weird to say it that way, but I see them as being two different things because an entrepreneur doesn't start just entrepreneuring. Like it's like, okay, it's not an entrepreneur to start playing basketball. You're not an entrepreneur to start playing football. You're not an entrepreneur to start, become a doctor, but not quite. So it's like really to start a business. And there's so much to business. So I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that that inspired this conversation of why are you really stuck. So it's a couple things. Great, amazing live call yesterday. I was on with the Blank Spot, Dr. Craftology, Kia, Matt came on. I don't know, yesterday wasn't the one that Los was on, was it? Or was it the day before? But when Dr. Craftology was on there, she was talking and venting about some of her frustrations and things like that. And so I imparted some words of wisdom, but I also went and wrote some things down. So some things that kind of really stuck with me from that, right? So that live. And then it was something about there is a company that they have videos and they have advertisements on YouTube, on TikTok, and they kept coming up. So I was on TikTok after I got off of them. That was actually one of the first ones that I saw. And it was about starting your business. It's this whole word of how to start a business, right? And they talked a lot about, yeah, you know what, you want to know how to go and do everything to set up your LLC, get your EIN, create a logo, do this, help you with your trademark. And I'm like, that ain't how you start a business. Because before you can do all of that, you got to have the skills for the business that you want to start. I technically started this business. I graduated in 1999, so that would be 98, 97. I would say 97, 96 is when this business started. And it grew and it developed. All the things that I have been doing, technically for free and all of that, that started this business. The moment I gave it a name or I did my LLC, which technically I did last year, wasn't when I started my business. My business started in 1996. The first time I took a graphic designing class at Barbara Goldman Senior High School, that is when business started for me. Because during that time, from that moment, I was doing a lot of things that developed my skills to be able to sit here in front of you guys and speak to you about business, to speak to you about growth. So, and this is what my business is, right? So I saw that one. I'm just like, this is so misleading in the way that it's worded, saying that just because you have an LLC, just because you have an EIN, just because you have a logo, you have a business. And that is so far from the truth. And that is why so many people are stuck. they will get these EINs, they'll get these LLCs, they focus so much on the branding and the logo and the colors and trying to figure out what the colors mean and doing all this other stuff. And once all that is done, they still have no business to run because they don't understand the business that they're trying to start. Okay. So I was like, man, that is so backwards in saying you got to do all of this to start a business. No, because by the time you get to that point and you need all of that, you should already have a business. You should already have a business plan. You should already have a business mindset before you go and do all of those things. That will organize or automize. Some people even say, make your business legal, but it's not starting a business. Okay. So that was like the other thing. Then I got a text message from one of my old cheerleaders. And so she's like, well, I think she sent me a message. And then eventually her mom sent me a message and said that, hey, she wants to know if you will go back to coaching her for tumbling because she wants to try and make captain for her school's team, right? So it came back to this word coaching. And this goes back to so literally, like when I tell y'all, these things happen literally back to back to back to back to back. Because when I was on, I ended up texting her and I said, hey, I'm on a live video. I'm going to give you a call back once I get done. Because I was on with all of them, right? So then I saw this message. Then I saw a message from MJ's basketball coach about conditioning today, Wednesdays and Thursdays. You're starting conditioning Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I never saw the first message. My husband saw it because he thought it was just on Wednesdays. So once I saw that message, I told Even, I said, hey, did you get a message from them that they're going to have conditioning Wednesdays and Thursdays? So Even was like, Thursdays? I thought it was just Wednesdays. So obviously I missed the message. I saw the one like right afterwards. And I was like, as I was writing, when I got up this morning or in the middle of the night, I was like, oh, it wasn't meant for me to see it then, because y'all, like I always say, I take everything and I look at it as business, right? It came at the right time because my mind was like already on this, like a message for you guys, right? So now I see this. And what stood out to me was it's not practice. It is for skill development. And so let me backtrack a little bit to when I got the message from my cheerleader and her mom. And in my mind, I'm like, I know Maya is expecting to come over here and we're just going to put the mat down and we're just going to go and we're just going to keep practicing flip after flip after flip after flip after flip. Nope, not what we're going to do. She said she wants me to coach her, but I don't think she's going to be ready for what we're going to go through, because I'm that type of coach to where I understand what you want to get to, but before you get there, you got to develop some skills. So for tumbling, it's the strength in your arms. It's your core strength. It's your legs, because it's going to take all of that to go and propel yourself back. I have to make sure that you understand not to throw your head back. So there are certain things that you have to do, just do a back handspring, right? So the position of your arms, how many drills do we have to do? She probably hasn't remembered because it's been a long time since we've gone, but she knows we don't go straight into just tumbling. There's drills that we have to do beforehand, as far as your stance and propelling yourself up to get that lift. Where does your head go? At what point, at what timing do you throw your head back? Because if not, you can go and throw your head back. And if you're not going to make it over, you're going to fall on your head and there's going to be some injuries. So I know she's probably expecting to go straight into, all right, Coach Kia finna spot me and I'm finna just keep doing these back handsprings. No, 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 no. Oh, we got some running to do because we got to build up your stamina. We got some core exercises to do. We have some exercises to do for muscle memory for your arms. And once we get through all of that in that first day, And she don't do not a one tumble, not a one tumble. I'm not telling you we not doing not a one tumble, not a cartwheel, not a round off, not a nada. It is going to be straight conditioning. And then the next day she comes, then we can start working on drills. And then we're going to build back up to it because it's been 2 years since I've coached her. I don't know what you have remembered, what you have retained, what you have continued to do to build up muscle memory for it. I have to make sure that your skills are developed because that is something that is dangerous. You are going blindly backwards and can easily fall on your neck, fall on your head, and cause major injuries. So it's skill development. So I'm started thinking about this. I'm writing down what I'm gonna say. I said, So I'm writing down the stuff that we're gonna go through. Because that's why I said I'm gonna call you back because I wanted Maya to know we're not about to go back into just tumbling. We are about to go through some steps to make sure that you're ready for this, right? So then I see the message from my son's coach, and then it says in the middle, skill development. MJ played basketball last year. So someone who has played basketball before, they're going to think, okay, I can go in and I can just start practicing. All right, I'm going to go and just practice my shot, this, that, and the third. But it's the fact that they said this is not practice. This is for skill development. Skill development. Even though you've played the sport, you got to take a step back to make sure that you have the right skills to be successful. So, of course, that comes back full circle to what I do. Why are you really stuck in your designing, in your creative process, in your journey to become a business and to build a business? Why are you stuck? Because a lot of you guys want it to be, which I already know, because Maya comes here before, right? She came before. She just wanted to get straight into it. She didn't like when I did all this stuff. She just wanted to get straight into the tumbling part. When I was a coach, and last night I didn't even realize that, like, I was talking about it on the call with Eric from the Blank Spot and Dr. Craftology, and I was saying when I was a cheer coach, with like what it means to coach them, right? I was the coach that nobody liked because, oh, we gonna run, we're going to condition. When it came to let me tell you what happened. So I don't know if anybody's watching from that particular channel because I actually shared it on that page as well. So when it came to condition time, everybody wanted Coach Kia to run conditioning, right? Because I knew the skills. I knew how to, I knew certain things to do. So I'm going to run conditioning. But they wanted me to run conditioning, but do a modified version because they wanted to just get all their teams. Because when we do it, all the teams condition together. So here I am. I'm like, look, y'all want me to run conditioning? We not skimping on it. It's certainly so many reps that we have to do. So none of them wanted to really be the one to get out there. I'm the coach. I'm gonna be out there. I'm doing it with you. Cause stand to lose a few pounds and work things out, whatever. So I'm gonna be the coach that's out there. I'm doing it with you. I'm checking you, making sure you got the right form. You can't just squat just to squat. You can't just stretch just to stretch. You got to be stretching the right muscles. So I'm either doing it with them or I'm walking around and I'm correcting. But what that's doing is that's taking time from the other coaches that want to just get into, okay, I just need my team. Oh, oh my God, Coach Kia, how long it's going to take? We got practice. We got to do this. I understand that. But I also understand that if you want your routine to hit, you want them stunts to hit, I'm going to need them to develop their muscles because they holding somebody's baby in the air. So in what I'm doing here and making sure that their skills are developed and that they're ready for what you're about to put them through, it's going to do nothing but help you. Because if they got weak arms, they got weak legs, they can't hold somebody up in the stunt. Their jumps aren't going to get to where they need to be. So I was always that person that before we got to any type of actual skills, we had to work on the development. We had to work on muscle memory. And that is why some of you guys are stuck is you want to get straight to the creating. All of the things before that, we want to bypass it. We want a shortcut for it. But then when things don't work out, I just want to jump to it. Oh, it just seems so easy. You buy a printer, you put ink in it, you print it out, you get you a heat source, you press it. But what happens when those colors are not correct? And because everybody else who said, oh, this is the easy way to do this. Just get an eco tank, put ink in it. It's going to be easy to set it up. But they also didn't tell you that there's a difference in the color, the type of ink that that printer uses. So there's going to be certain colors that you just won't be able to get with sublimation with this particular printer, because that type of ink is not made to produce these colors in that printer. What happens when you're listening? Everybody say it's free information. All this free information, why is there still so many questions if it's that easy? Everyone will go and say, use these settings, use these settings. Well, why aren't these settings working for you? Do you understand your printer? Do you understand the paper that you're using? No, because you wanted to bypass that. You just wanted to print it out, press, and get something that was beautiful. When it comes to the t-shirts, oh, there's a whole, I can go and throw a rock and hit about 1,000 videos on how to make a t-shirt with HTV, how to press a t-shirt with HTV, right? They're going to show you out. You have to mirror it. You got to read it, and then you're going to press it. Okay, I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. You didn't even try. You didn't even test it yourself. You didn't watch it yourself. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. I can do that. All right, $15, $15, $10. I got you a shirt. You press it, they get it. Now you're in a group. Hey, so I followed this video and I made the shirt and it was fine when it left me, but my customer said they washed it and all the vinyl fell off. Yeah, that happens. Because did you test it? Do you know that all heat presses are different? Do you understand that how to adjust your pressure? Do you understand what it means when people say, oh, heavy pressure, light pressure? It's not about a certain just adjustment on there, because light pressure for a thinner material is different for light pressure from a thicker material, and as far as how you adjust your heat press. But see, you wanted to learn from a free video that was all edited down, and they probably had all these things, but they're trying to make it to where I just want people to watch my video. I want the view counts. So I want a shorter video that's just going to give you the bare minimum information, but then I'm nowhere to be found, and I can't even answer for you why your vinyl fell off. But it's free information, right? Everyone keeps saying it's free information. You can Google that. You can YouTube that. But what happens when it don't go just quite right? Because you did not understand the process. You did not understand or learn that it requires a certain amount of pressure to really push that adhesive into that shirt, to keep it in it where it will lock into those fibers and keep it from coming off in the wash. You didn't understand that there are certain vinyls that can't be layered on top of each other because it's so slick, it doesn't give the adhesive anything to grab onto. So you're just going and you're just layering, and then it falls off. This is why you're stuck. This is why you feel like, man, I can't get anything right. I'm not growing. Because every time you think you figure something out, then something else happens. And you're like, but I don't understand. I watch the YouTube videos, but those YouTube videos take you straight to the skill. They're not developing your skills. They're not helping you understand what you need. People will go and show you all the great stuff. Now, if you've really paid attention to my videos, I've given you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've shared and I've been very vulnerable with the things that frustrate me about business, the things that I struggle with business. Most people don't want to hear about the struggle. Oh, you're being negative. I don't want that negative energy. Don't tell me about the bad stuff. Don't tell me what I can't do. I don't want that negative energy around me. Guess what? It's going to come to you no matter what. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to make these mistakes. You go and get to a point to where so many times it messes up. You're messing up. I can't figure it out. You're going to want to give up. I hear people talk about coaches and what they should do, right? But then I look at coaches, and have you ever noticed how if you watch a basketball game, you watch a football game, I'm gonna say those because baseball, but even then, and sometimes in baseball, just like sports, you watch hockey. When is the coach most active, most panicked, most excited? When ish ain't going right. When you knocking down shot, they knocking down shots, they get in touch, they might be excited and they gonna run, whoo, 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 whoo. But you don't see no stress on their face. They get the most excited when you feel like everything is falling apart. It ain't quite going right, right? So they have to revamp the plays because what they were doing wasn't working. That's what a coach is there for. Is not to necessarily hold your hand, but when something ain't working, you got to learn how to pivot. You got to call a new play. If the person that's teaching you is always giving you the same play, the same play, the same play, the same play, they're not coaching you. If who you're under is not, whatever videos you're watching, whether you are paying for a coach or you have inadvertently made a YouTube channel your coach, your teacher, your trainer, you're going to watch that. If they aren't doing anything to develop your skills so that if something happened, you know how see, like, I'm a football girl, right? I like sports. So a coach can call a play, but as the quarterback, he might see something on the field and he's gonna call an audible because he's built those skills up to be able to see those things as they're about to come and what adjustments they have to make. You're stuck and you're gonna get sacked because you don't have the skills to have forward thinking and make adjustments on the fly. So that's from a dudes, some females are into sports, but for any guys that are watching me, I figure, sometimes I'll throw it in there so that y'all know that your girl knows what she's talking about and I can relate to y'all when y'all level too. So yeah. What are you doing to develop your skills before you start a business? When you made a decision to get a printer, to get a heat press, to get a cutter, to buy a particular type of shirt, to get whatever it is, the type of epoxy that you're using, the type of glitter that you're using. You want a certain look. Okay, they say glitter. Well, when it comes to glitter, there are glitters that have shimmer and there are glitters that are more like dust and they have just little speckles in it. Okay, well, I wanted orange. I went there. Why does my orange not look like your orange? Because you got the orange that's more like a powder and got a little couple of flakes in it, while I got the one that is actually a glitter, like it's a shiny, it's a shimmery glitter. We both got on the bottle, it says glitter for both, but we're not working from the same bottle of glitter, the same brand of it. Okay, well, you use glitter. Did you use chunky glitter? Did you use coarse glitter? Did you use coarse glitter? Did you use fine? Did you use extra fine? It's a lot of things to this. How much research did you do? How much time did you put in on trial and error? Some of the greatest inventions were created from trial and error. Some of the greatest things, like in medicine, trial and error. My husband and I watch Outlander. And so she travels back in time. So she's been a doctor, so she knows penicillin exists because they've had it in the future. But when she went back in time, it was this whole thing where she was trying to figure out how to make penicillin. So it was trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, until one day it's like, whoa, this is it. This is how it's supposed to be. But I'm going to speak to now crafters or creators because that is where my world is. Now I can help anybody in any business, but I'm going to speak to the creative entrepreneur. It seems as if in this industry, it seems like it's so easy. It's just arts and crafts, and I'm going to make some money off of it. Why should I have to pay? I don't need a degree in engineering to do crafting. I don't need a degree in engineering to do shirts. But guess what? It took somebody who had a degree in engineering to know how to build this heat press, to make it where you press some buttons, there is a thermostat that's going to heat up some coils. So you think that you don't need certain skills, but it was required to make this, to know how to sew that shirt and make that material. Someone had to go to school and they had to learn that skill to make the very shirts that you guys want to put designs on. If you've never seen a video of how this is made on a machine that required engineers to put this machine together. So where it's going to go, it's going to create the cylinder, it's going to put the seal, it's going to do this. Then there's something else that's going to spray the coating on it. Then it goes to another machine so that it can dry and cure. It takes some knowledge and some science to be able to do this. But it's like, I don't care about this part, how it was made. I just want to know how to put the design on it. But you know what makes me great with doing these and why I don't get frustrated is because I understand how this is made. I understand when you go in groups and people say, well, I purchased these tumblers, or they'll ask a question, well, why can't I just, can I use Dollar Tree mug? No. Why not? Because it's not code of sublimation. What do you mean code of sublimation? So that means you have done no research to know how sublimation works, and that it cannot go on anything, that there was a process for this blank one to be made to be able to put this design on it. But that goes into your skill development is not just learning how to print it and press it out. Sublimation in of itself is the easiest process ever, because you don't have to wait for something to cut. You don't have to weed it and all that stuff. You literally print it out, bring it to the heat press, and you press it. Easiest process in the world. But there are certain things along the way that you must be aware of. And the reason why you're getting stuck is because you either don't have the time, don't want to create the time, or you're simply feel like you're entitled. You have an entitlement issue to where it's like, okay, somebody just needs to give me the information, or you're too lazy to get the information. You want to talk about other people and say, oh, well, why they charging for this? Why are you charging for that shirt? Why are you charging for that tumbler? If it's all you want to build a business off of the knowledge of somebody else, whether it's free or paid. We go onto these YouTube channels, we go into these groups, people are giving of their time to you. And half the time there is no thank you. I appreciate it. Come back and show them, oh my God, thank you for this, because for those who are teachers, it provides social proof. So where, hey, that's free for us. It's like, okay, hey, this is what I teach. This is how I help someone. Ask them. Y'all want to inbox people for help? How about you inbox and say, hey, do you have a Cash App? Do you have a Zelle, a Zelo, a Venmo? I said Zelo. That's the real estate thing. Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal. You got any of those? So where I want to just thank you, because you didn't have to help me. You didn't have to take out time where you could have been that time could have been used to make money doing something else. I would like to bless you. Y'all start to feel entitled to people's information. 1996 is where this business started for me. I put in time to gain these skills. I developed these skills. I've changed my mindset. I've developed my mindset for this. And for people who feel like they are entitled to this information for free, but it's crazy to me that people feel they are entitled to the work that I have put in, where I can go and do this blindly. And I'm supposed to share it with you for free because it's just crafts. They act like they teaching people how to do open heart surgery. It's still a way that you want to make money. So you're supposed to make money, and all these other content creators are not supposed to. Now, I'm not saying that everybody can teach. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just go out there and pay anybody, because there's a lot of people who will take what I'm saying and say, you know what, she's right. I'm going on here and I can show shirts. Y'all gonna pay me to learn how to make these shirts, but you don't know how to teach. You know how to make shirts. You know how to make tumblers. You know how to make jewelry. You know how to make rugs. You know how to embroider. Just because you know how to do those things doesn't mean that you were created, that it was meant for you to teach people. because now you're going to be held accountable, whether you like it or not, for somebody's growth, their success, and or failure. And if you can't separate that, it's going to be an issue for you. You're going to be stuck in this journey of wanting to become a coach or a mentor or a professor or a teacher, an instructor, even if just doing a YouTube, because people are going to be expecting. You want this, in order for your YouTube channel to grow, you got to keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them, giving them something to want to come back to. But the more that you feed them for free, contrary to what y'all believe, especially since half of y'all skip through the videos, soon as that little skip button come up, you want to skip the ads. So here you are thinking that people just making money just to be making money. We make money off of the advertisements. So if you're not even giving the people time to advertise to you, y'all think we making a lot of money off of YouTube. Oh, baby, no. It ain't, it's not all you think. I hate when people say that. Heard somebody say that on a TikTok. Oh, y'all better go to YouTube. Don't pay nobody to teach you. You know, look, people on YouTube, they get paid to teach y'all this. Where? Show me the money. Where is it coming from? Not that I really care about, because I ain't got offered a sponsorship yet. Ain't no, everything you see in here, I pay for. Nobody is sending me, other than like, I know Miss Cheryl. I've had followers send me stuff, but as far as the big businesses, they ain't sending nothing out for me to try. Now, some people, they do that. That's fine, because they know which influencers are just going to go and give you the best lighting of, like, I'm not that person. I'm too honest about what I do. So I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and hell, I might turn some people off about your company but I'm still want my check. You wanted me to give my honest opinion. You wanted me to do a review of it. If it's crap, I'm going to give my honest opinion. I'm still need my check. Okay? And you have some people, when you do reviews, they want you to pre-record it. They want you to upload it as unlisted so they can see it. And if they cannot, and if they don't like the content, they may ask you to not upload it. But you do know I was gonna make money. Okay, yeah, you gave me a little something for making this, like a little sponsor. You sent me some stuff. You might probably drop a little coins in my, in my account. But you do understand that as a content creator, my job is to put out content, and that's really how I make money. Because yeah, you paid that, but when I put this out, it's going to be other ads that come up, and that's how I make money. But because you didn't like what I said, you don't want me to release my video. See, this is why I can't do a lot of sponsorship deals. And then there's a certain way that you have to say stuff. Some of it comes off a little, and I ain't got time for it. I'm okay with building my brand. I really am. I'm at a point now to where I'm okay with building my brand. People want too much of you. And some people always ask, well, why don't you have affiliate links? If it takes an affiliate link for you to get something out of sharing, when you have gained something from me, I have given you something freely in this information that can help your business, help your journey, help your crafting, help your hobby. And you're making money off of the knowledge that I've given to you. You enjoy the products. You go and say, you'll inbox me in private and say, man, Shakia, yo, I was using such and such. I use your paper and the color is just wow, night and day. But I don't never see you say that openly in a group. But then you have the audacity to come to me and say, when you gonna have affiliate links? So it's not good enough for you just to share. It's not good enough for you to support. Because at that point, once you get an affiliate link, you're not supporting me, you're supporting yourself. But you say you want to do it to support me, to help me grow, to help more people know about Honestly Speaking. So yeah, now I'm getting a little, now it's personal, right? So that before it was like for everybody else, but now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of of my experience. It takes a lot to come on here and do this. And when you have a passion for something, I understood what Dr. Craftology meant when she said it. Like it's like I felt like a slap in the face because she can be doing whatever. And it because of her passion, she wants to share with other people. She's in it to help you grow. She's in it to make sure that we all win. It's such an amazing thing to hear some people. Now I said Dr. Craftology, I'm not talking about her, but there's so many other people. They go and say, "See, I ain't no gatekeeper. I'm gonna give you the information because I want us all to win, right?" But what they don't realize in saying that and saying gatekeeper as if what other people are doing is negative, you're stopping instructors win. Colleges don't go and just give out information freely. You have to pay a tuition for that. So when you go and people use that term gatekeeper, and it's really negative to those who charge people to learn a certain skill, to learn, like to develop them for their business. I hate when I hear people say that, and that's a strong word, but I do. Oh, I'm not a gatekeeper. Oh, I'm gonna share with you because I want us all to win. So if you're not a gatekeeper, why you not giving away them tumblers, that jewelry, those candles, that all that stuff? People want that stuff too, but you want to charge them a fee for it. So when I or anyone else who really has skill and has the ability to teach goes and puts a price on it, because I've gone from being just a regular, I can make a video whenever I want. I now have people in my inbox 24/7. I got people who have the unmitigated gall to hit the call button with video at 2 o'clock in the morning. I understand you might be on a different coast, but I'm gonna need you to watch my videos and understand that Shakita Latrice Lavelle Pericles, the professor, lives on the East Coast. And ring a ling a ling a ling in my phone, my little inbox at 2 o'clock in the morning. If you send me a message, that's all good. I don't get uptight about emails or messages that come in the middle of the night because I understand that. But what you cannot do, and you can't say it was a mistake because you let it ring. I can see, okay, you was trying to type something out, you hit the call button, it ring and hang up. Nah, boo boo kitty, that thing rang. You were expecting me to pick up at 2 o'clock in the morning and answer your issue because you got an order that's due in the morning. You can't figure out why you got lines in your printer. Well, maybe if you would have watched the videos, maybe if you would have attended a class such as the 365 Creative Academy Submission Seminar that's happening September 26th through October 1st. The cost is just $73.65, and it's going to be 6 days of amazing content from how to start sublimation, what print. I'm just playing. Y'all like how I just switched that up real quick, but no, for real, for real. Tesla won't tell their secrets exactly. You are the teacher and teachers get paid. Exactly. I needed this message. Thank you. That was definitely my mindset. You're teaching me right now. All right. So, oh Lord, y'all look, I was not paying attention over here. Y'all been over here writing y'all. Wait a minute now. Where y'all be at when I just be doing Q&As? Y'all writing a whole lot of stuff today. I got to get on here and be in like that other half of the Gemini mode in order to me to see comments. Now I got to go back and read all it. Not now. We'll be here forever. We were here for an hour and I'm about to wrap this thing up. But I'm gonna definitely go back and read these comments because y'all is giving today, honey. Wait a minute. Let me go through a couple of them. Y'all are giving on the comments today. Engagement, engagement, engagement. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Pause. Let me go over here. Y'all are giving. Okay. Okay, let's see. All you're doing is you do all that to legalize your existing experience. I get it. You inspire me to learn and to become better. I love crafting and coaching, cheerleading too. Yay! You are also teaching her life skills she needs to coach others. Exactly. Hey, incredible warning to you as well. I'm following came on to speak on sometimes we as people don't realize we have to analyze things in depth. Very much so true. I just had that realization with someone. Nothing worthy knowing and learning about the business is easy. It's always a million and one questions afterwards, right? Makes a lot of sense. That's why I love you. You keep it real, the bad, the good, the ugly, the backside of the process. Uh, so to say. Yeah. So if you're in the ink zone, we're actually about to wrap that up. But I shared something with them over in the ink zone about my experience with this and something that I'm dealing with when it comes to giving this information that y'all think is free or y'all think that we just get paid for. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I'm going to let you know if you're watching me over on Facebook on Sillaholics Anonymous, outside of maybe you guys leaving stars, your girl not really getting paid for it because every time I tend to do a video, there's someone that comes on and wants to do a copyright claim. And because I'm monetized on here, I get dinged every time. So much so where every time I do a live video, I'm at the risk of losing my Facebook page. If you guys want to really be real about this, because once you get to a certain level, all of you guys want to get this and you want to go viral. But once you go viral and you have a channel, that's when the thieves come out. That's when people want to steal your entire platform. That's when people want to steal money from you. So be careful what you ask for because it can be very stressful. So because people keep every time I do a live video, on the simplest thing, I can be riding in the car saying, okay, let's, I just want to chat with y'all because I don't like to drive by myself. They put a copyright claim on it. So because I've had so many copyright claims, never playing any music, Facebook is now threatening to shut down my Sillaholics Anonymous page. Lovely, isn't it? All in the effort to help people who don't appreciate me sometimes. So yeah, I've worked hard, very, very hard. I am one of the only crafting at this level and like this type of content creators that is monetized. Not to bring race into it, but I am one of only a few African American content creators like this that are monetized on Facebook. Like as far as like not just reels, because now they have the bonus thing and anyone can kind of get paid for reels. But for this type of stuff, one of the only ones to fully be monetized. To where whether I do a preloaded video, a pre-recorded video, if I do a live video, I'm monetized. And to think that after all of that, I have people every single day that's trying to take from that and putting me at risk of all of the hard work that I've done. Every last video, and I was sitting there, and I share to a lot of places. I go live from a lot of different platforms because I don't want my content to be lost. If they shut down Sillaholics Anonymous, if I only did my content there, all of it will be gone. 7 years of content will be gone. Well, I'm gonna say 2 years because I deleted half that stuff before when I got mad at y'all. So that's kind of gone anyway. But I have other places where this content lives because you never know. I'm not in control of YouTube. I'm not in control of Facebook. I'm not in control of TikTok or anything else. But I am literally at risk of losing what I have built for 7 years because I wanted to go viral. I wanted to be known by the masses. And in with the masses are some haters, it's some scammers. So be careful what you ask for. Trust me, be careful what you ask for. Okay. I'm starting to sweat. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I didn't turn the fan on. But yeah, so I just wanted to really come on and just share that the reason why some of you guys are struggling, the reason why some of you guys want to give up is the skill development part. It takes that to be a sustainable, to have a sustainable business, to have a sustainable, whether you want to be a business or just a hobby, to not to feel like you're not constantly dumping money into a hobby. If it's a hobby, that's when you're supposed to have the most enjoyment. But if you go and you're like, man, I don't like this, I don't like that, like even as a hobby, that can be frustrating and you'll end up investing all this money and all this time to want to give up. I'm here and I said from now on, I have been worried about coming on and rubbing people the wrong way, feeling like you have to come on here and, sorry to bring up race again, but this is a stereotype that is very much so out there, being the angry Black lady. If I come on here and my tone is a little too aggressive, oh, because I have been accused of that. Oh, she thinks she knows it all. She's controlling. She does da 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 da. So it's like you have to go and almost walk on eggshells. I have to almost change how I really want to say things to stroke the egos of others and make other people feel comfortable. But in thinking about my cheerleader and thinking about MJ going through skills development and thinking about watching the game this past weekend and knowing that coaches are most excited, most passionate when things are going wrong. I can teach you really. People say they want, oh, when are you going to coach? When are you going to mentor? Well, do I understand that I don't coach? I can teach you the skills, but coaching comes in when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, when you're about to give up, when you're losing sight, when you're losing hope, to give you direction. And sometimes that does not come in this nice, calm tone. That's for therapists. You either want a therapist or you want a coach. Because most coaches I know, you ask some of the greatest about their coaches, they coaches be banging on dang on clipboards and throwing clipboards and doing stuff because they want to think about your kids. Those of you who have kids, that's half the time they don't listen when you go clean up your room. Said, turn off the TV. It's time to go to bed. It takes for you to go and darn near turn into the Hulk and turn off the for them to actually listen. Oh, that just gave me the message about starting over. I just thought about something because I literally said that, and I'm like, I envision how one child reacts and now the other. I have an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. So that just gave me a new message about starting over. I want you guys to also be encouraged about starting over. Even if you feel like you're into it. Oh, I've been doing silhouette for a long time. I know what I'm doing. You'll be surprised when somebody who actually knows it comes in and gives you a little guidance, and you'll find that although you know how to use Silhouette Studio, you know how to sublimate, maybe you're doing it the long way. Not going to say the wrong way, because it's never wrong. If you can get it done, it's not the wrong way. You just might be doing it the long way. And there is somebody that can help you and guide you to be able to do it in a way that's going to save you time. It's going to cause you to be a lot more productive. I say that as far, and then if you have to start, let's say start over, but you have to take a step back. You have to reevaluate how you are approaching things. I have an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. I would think, okay, I'm the greatest. I got this mom thing down. I know how to parent. I already had a kid. And I had another boy. This going to be a breeze. I know what I'm doing. For one, I didn't have them 2 years apart, a year apart. I had them jokers 7 years apart. So I had to start over. I had a child that was self-sufficient, that was doing his thing. So in business, it'll be the same thing. You are self-sufficient. It's a well-oiled machine when it comes to doing vinyl shirts. But now you want to add something else. You got to relearn that. Just because you know how to make vinyl shirts, I mean, you know how to make DTS shirts, DTG shirts, embroidery shirts. You got to go back through some things. You got to start over. When I had Zani Mani, I had to start this parenting thing over. I can't treat a newborn like I'm going to treat an adolescent. Like, I can't do that. I had to start over. So if I gave up on starting over, I don't want to do this. Oh my God, I can't believe I got to start this over. I got to go back to, well, I would say washing diapers. I cloth diaper my kids. We didn't do regular Pampers. So I got to go back to washing out diapers. I got to go back to breastfeeding and baby wearing. I got to dress you. MJ put on his own clothes. So it's like starting a new business, or when you're on your other job, everything is there for you. You get up, you go to work, all of your work is there for you. You have guidance. It's like it's a well-oiled machine. Now you got to start over in this business. If one did not quite work, you don't really have the skills to make this work, doesn't mean that you can't start another business. Some people are serial entrepreneurs. Some people start businesses and sell it off. I'm done with that. That skill worked. I'm done with that. Saw last night on TikTok. It's not a sustainable business. That they're gonna get a quick lick right now, but they are probably somebody that they can figure out how to get a quick lick, and they're just living off of quick licks. They were on TikTok selling scoops of treats, and I don't mean like no exclusive treats. We talking about the Halloween mix type treats and cookies and candies and Reese's and Whoppers and Tootsie Rolls, and they ride and they doing this whole little scoop thing and putting it in a Ziploc bag, and it was $7 a scoop. Girl, you know I can go get a whole bag of half of that candy in a Halloween mix for about a good $5, and you want me to pay you $7 a scoop because you mixing Reese's with Oreos? And I gotta pay for shipping when I can go right to Walmart. Well, for me, I can go right to Family Dollar. It is like literally it's within walking distance. But I said, you can't knock nobody. I can't knock a hustle that somebody people paying money to get scoops of Halloween mixes. That's what I'm gonna call it, because that's what the hell it look like. When a Halloween come around, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of candy in a bowl. Here you go, kiddos. Pick and choose what you want. It looked like a Halloween bowl. And they doing scoops, but baby, they was filling orders. Homegirl was pulling off stickers because these are orders. Somebody ordered this. This is order number 1423. Da, 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 da. Okay, you got 2 scoops. Boom, boom. Y'all see, I was like, they really making money off of this. Well, I can't say they making money because I really don't see how they really, unless I don't know how they got them treats and stuff. I mean, well, it's $7 a scoop. So their profit margin probably pretty decent. Then I saw people who started a whole business making stickers or labels or whatever you want to call them from a thermal printer. It's like, wow. And now I don't see homegirl on it no more. She got her quick lick and she moved on to the next. Now, if you want to have a business where you're developing off of quick licks and gonna restart a new one every single time, all right, cool. But it means you also have to create a new audience every single time. But if you want something that's sustainable, you can't leave candy scooping as a legacy to your kids. But it's gonna get you what you need for your rent, for your car note, for your light bill. It's gonna be a quick lick for them. I am not here to teach you how to get a quick lick. I am going to teach you and help develop your skills that you can then either teach someone else, you can build a sustainable business off of. If you get to a point to where you can't physically do things, you can't use your hands because you are a creative entrepreneur, you are a handmade entrepreneur, you're able to create a operating or SOP, like we like to say, you're able to create some type of manual where you can have somebody else. You may have the vision, but somebody else may have to do the work. I'm not here to help you get a quick lick. My classes are not meant to help you get a quick lick. My products are not meant for you to get a quick lick. If you are somebody that wants to grow, that wants to develop actual skills, then I'm your girl. Enroll in my classes. I'm actually going to do it's going to be shared out, but I want you guys to really see how I teach. So a little bit after this, I'm going to actually put the post out. It's going to be something that's very simple, and it's like creating a pumpkin because it's fall time. So you can either go buy one or you can go and create a pumpkin. So I'm actually going to show you guys how to do that, how to fill it in with the pattern. So it's going to be open where some people can jump on the Zoom, and it'll be like, I'm going to do it like it's a regular class for me. So those who are on the Zoom, and you'll see my processes. And then I'm also going to stream it. Like normally I stream it, but I'm going to stream it this time. So I really have to, do my whole consent thing for y'all. But be on the lookout for that if you want to attend technically a free class via Zoom. Well, it's not really going to be free because I can't let any and everybody in it. So it has to go through my website. Last time I just put a Zoom link out there, I got somebody trying to show me they Peter Weedem, and we just can't have that. So it's going to go through the website. But yeah, it's you're gonna get just basically just buy a gift card to our website that you can use anytime. So it's like a win-win for you, but it'll get you access to this class where I'm going to show you how to create your own custom pumpkins in Silhouette Studio. So be on the lookout for that. But hopefully this wake up call woke you up, and you found some value in it. It's some things that you need to maybe reevaluate about why you were stuck. And it's, have you taken the time to develop the skills that you need for the journey that you want to take? All right. I love the informational tone. But yes. So, anywho, I'm interested in taking your classes. Are they virtual? Yes, most pretty much all my classes. I'm trying to get into doing in-person classes here in South Florida, but all of my classes are virtual. So if you click the link in my bio, and for you guys, there's like the helpful links. It'll take you to my link tree. And that is where you will find like access to my website, all of my YouTube channels, and on my website is where you'll find my classes. The one class that I recommend that everybody starts with, of course, is Essentials to Silhouette Studio. Even if you are a Photoshop user, there are things that you need to learn in Silhouette Studio. If you may want to do a HTV shirt, if you want to do sublimation and you want to put it on dark shirts, cotton shirts, you are going to need to cut some sort of transfer. And in order to do that, you must know how to utilize the program, how to properly size it, how to make sure that it lines up. So you're going to need those skills. I use several programs. There is not one program that satisfies all of my design needs. I use Silhouette Studio, I use Illustrator, I use Photoshop, I use Corel Draw. I don't use Affinity. Those don't work for me. I'm an Adobe girl. So you can choose between Affinity and Affinity really ain't nothing like Adobe. But I choose to be an Adobe girl and I use Photoshop and Illustrator, but there are things that I do. And I'm like, for some of the things, it's a little bit too complicated in Illustrator. Look, I can do this in 2.5 seconds. Over 3.6, no, that's not a second thing because 3.65 is only 60 seconds. I was trying to use 365, but I really can't use 365. Oh, 6.53 seconds. Haha. I could do it backwards, but I can do it over there really, really quickly in Silhouette Studio and not be able to do it in Illustrator, i.e. trace and detach. Illustrator don't have that at all. It's way too many steps in Illustrator to trace and detach. So it's a great program to learn because you never know when you're going to need it. If you end up having to use a cutter, it's best to have those skills. So if you, and I can guarantee you, I don't care how long you've been using Silhouette Studio, I guarantee you, I'm going to show you something that you did not know that you could do and didn't know that tool existed and didn't know how to use a certain tool. Because I promise you, y'all not using all the tools in Silhouette Studio. Y'all not using them all. But my Essentials to Silhouette Studio is going to be the first, oh, wrong thing. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute now. Um, my Essentials to Silhouette Studio class. It's a 30-day training. It is going to be the first step in learning. I'm trying to turn y'all around. Flip camera. Whoa. And we do offer Sezzle. Right, there we go. So you're gonna scroll on down, ease on down the page. Essential Silhouette Studio, one of the first places you should start. 8365. It is 30 days. 30 days. Oh, if you guys don't know, October 1st, this goes up. Your girl deserves a raise. This goes up October 1st. It was, y'all, I've offered this to y'all at 8365 for a long, long time. It's going up October 1st. I'm just letting y'all know that that's our new fiscal year. It starts Q4 for a lot of people, but for our business, it's actually Q1 because we start our fiscal year in October so that we can properly plan. It's just a certain way. I teach that about in business classes, but so 30 days breaks it down from downloading the program, benefits and features of the upgrades, preferences. So here we're setting that foundation. And then we get into the nitty gritty and learning all of these things and how the tools work. That sets the foundation and builds up your skills, and it develops your skills to then be able to create designs. I've gone oftentimes where I'll show people like, okay, you're going to do this to design, and they are completely lost because they don't understand the fundamentals. So this is our 30-day training. And um it goes through like literally everything, and then we do some hands-on designing so that you can see all of these tools and things in action. So that is 8365. Our summation seminar, this is a live. So with that one, it was recorded in front of a live Zoom audience back in March of 2020 of this year. All of my classes are always live the first run. Like that first run is live, and then it becomes passive income for me because I don't have to go and teach for 30 days over 40 hours and save my throat, but you can learn from it. So it becomes passive income at that point where you guys can purchase it and you're watching the playbacks. So this one right here will take place live. So if you want to get in on that live experience, be able to ask questions, be able to understand. And when we go through the common errors, you can print yours and see if that's happening and then troubleshoot through it. When we have the hands-on sublimation day, if you desire to, which I'm going to put the list out of some of the things that you can have. Some of the things that I'm going to use, you're just not going to, I'm not going to go and have you guys get some things that you don't really need, but you're going to see me sublimate on quite a few things. But the key things I am going to give you guys a list of some key things to have so that you can follow along on that day. But this will be live September 26th, next Monday through October 1st. Monday, there are 2 sessions. You can attend both if you want. There is a 12 noon and a 6:35 p.m. session. The content from me will be the exact same information. If others ask questions, those might be a little bit different, but it is going to be the same information. That is a key day because it is going over all of like what you need, what it really is to sublimate, what all you really absolutely need, and what you need to understand about sublimation. So we're going to do 2 of those sessions. Day 2 is understanding heat prices and heat sources. That day, unfortunately, I cannot do a 6:30 p.m. session as well. And so that one is at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time because I mean, it's important, but it's not like I can't give up a whole week of doing evening sessions, not with my kids here. So it's understanding heat prices and heat source. It's at 12 noon. I'm going to try and really get you guys in and out on that one because it is midday, go do a working lunch and whatnot and, kind of listen in and take notes and stuff like that. Day 3 is common mistakes and errors. That is on a Wednesday. I have strongly considered making that 2 days. I mean, like 2 parts, 12 and 6. But I have to wait because I potentially have something on that day. So I'm trying to see what I can do with that Wednesday. Because it's also a day like that's a day for me and my husband because we go when we watch Married at First Sight. So I'm debating on that one. We're still in talks and discussions about what time I could potentially add an evening class. But the 4th, day 4, which is wait. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. That's Thursday. I'm like, wait a minute, huh? Is design software breakdown. Now that one is a two times same information. It's either 12 noon or 6:35 p.m. And the reason why that one I wanted to make sure that was on a day where I can do both is because programs are so important to this process, because you have to understand what type of designs are you trying to create. What does one program offer over another as far as designing? If you're just opening and, like, some people like to design in Canva, but when it comes to printing, they have to open a new program. So if you're paying for Canva Pro, is it necessary for you to pay for Photoshop, pay for Word if that's not a program that you use, when there's something like Silhouette Studio to be able to print from? When you want to do certain things like fade off pictures, you might need to know how to use Photoshop, or there's other things. So because there's so many different softwares and so many different apps, I'm going to break down the key benefits of several of them. Now, I'm going to say all of them because there's just a bunch of them. An hour and a half ain't going to get through all of them, but I'm going to break it down. And then also from a Silhouette Studio standpoint, show you how to do certain things. Do I have Photoshop? Yes. These lovely thumbnails were created in Photoshop. I know Photoshop. There's some people I've done interviews with, I'm told me to stop saying it, but I've used Photoshop to Photoshop some ish. Okay. I've had to create some things that ain't my ministry anymore, but I've had to Photoshop some documents. So I know Photoshop, but I choose to teach Silhouette. It's just my program of choice. There's a lot of people that teach other programs, and you're more than welcome to go to them. Hopefully you find an amazing teacher. They're not going to teach like me, but they can be pretty good in what they do or whatever. But I'm bomb. I'm really kind of cool in what I do. I know this. So I choose to teach Silhouette Studio because I think it's a great starting point. And my goal is really to help give people a good, solid foundation to build on. And if you understand that, then you can grow into using the Photoshops and the Affinity Photos and Affinity Designers and the Illustrators and the Corel Draws and the Rhinestone Wizard and all these other different things. Day 5 is understanding substrates. So we are really going to take a deep dive. Day 1, I'm going to just kind of run through. Okay, you have to know whether it's polyester, it has to be coated, if it's glitter, if it's da 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 da. Day 6, I'm gonna help you really understand these substrates. Why is it that you press certain things and they get squished? Why is it that you get these harsh lines, or when you're pressing certain things like can coolers? Is it, a lot of people would consider it to be a waste to do a full page that's going to cover the whole thing, but I'm going to show you why you do that, even for things like acrylics. So this is going to be really understanding how you're supposed to properly press certain substrates, because everything does not press the same. Although we will talk about heat press and stuff like that on day 2. Now we get into understanding substrates and like seeing how you have to adjust. We're not going to press it that day, but I'm going to show you about like adjusting the heat press for it and stuff like that, how you have to press it. The dreaded, how do I get, like on can coolers, how do I get the sides? I've done videos for that, but it's going to be all packaged up really, really nicely for you guys. So that is understanding substrates. And then day 6, we're going to do some hands-on sublimation, starting from sublimating your color charts. If you have not done so already, we're going to, if you want to put it on felt, if you want to put it on a tumbler. So we're going to first start with that, as far as the hands-on, and then we're going to go into some other things as well. So I'm gonna do a couple different things just in case you may have something in your arsenal that's like that. On day 1, I'm going to pretty much have everything that I'm going to press. It's not to say that you have to go to Amazon or to places and get these things, unless you want to, just to kind of just see. But I'll like, let's say if I have, let's say, a badge reel and it has the small metal disc to it. Well, if you have jewelry, like you may have the jewelry, it's still the same small metal disc. So you don't have to go out and get badge reels just to do that. If I have a onesie, or when I'm saying onesie, it's a little bit different. If I have an extra large shirt, like, just having a shirt in general. If I have a George brand 65%, like, you just want to just get something. If you want to go to Joann's and just get fabric that is 65% polyester, 35% cotton. So it's just about seeing how to press it, what happens if you over press it, if you over sublimate. It'll probably be the one and only time that you guys will get to see me use other papers, only because the settings that I typically use are for, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. But this is not a seminar for just using, honestly speaking, products. This is a seminar to help you as a beginner and beyond, no matter what it is that you're wanting to use. So this will probably be one of the only times that you guys will see me press something with other papers, just so that you can see how you may have to adjust temperatures, how you may have to adjust papers based off, adjust pressure based off of the paper that you are using, based off of the ink setting that you are using. So that's going to be the only day where you'll probably see me use somebody else's product. Okay. But those are the two like main ones that I recommend. But we have other things as well. The memorial class, the text effects. This is one that we just did. It was a 3-day uh 3-day course, 3-day challenge. I was playing around with this whole thing of challenge. You can see up here, I put design course, but down here I did kind of toy with the whole word challenge because it was trending to call your classes challenges. But it's a design course on text effects. And if you go over to classes and playbacks, there are other ones there. So we have the one for event decor, chip bags, and all of those different things, designing SVGs, all of that. The switch up is always cool. We're going to have part 2. So it's been a long time coming, but we have part 2 of the switch up coming. You guys can take some of these. These are discounted because these are ones that will be going bye-bye once the new classes are released in October. So we're going to do Shopify because Shopify has made some changes. But if you just kind of want to get started, you're more than welcome to take advantage of the discount on those classes, even with the sales strategy. I'm actually going to do this a lot. You see, when I did this, I'm actually going to be late on this one. I normally do it. I did it in September so that you can be kind of ready. This is actually going to be one of the first ones for October. I am starting a little bit late this year with this one, but I wanted to do a fresh start when it came to classes. So be on the lookout for this one. It's like literally going to be the first week in October for different strategies for selling this year. It's going to be a little bit different. So if you want to kind of go and get this, actually, I don't know why this one has, this will be on sale today too. Come back and look for that one. That won't be on sale because we're about to do a new one. But there's a lot of different classes on our site. Go through, figure out what it is that you need. We're doing another out of the box. First thing in October, we're doing another one of these, especially for our pro users. This right here, I'm actually about to take that off completely. We're going to redo this one. I'm even offer this one as a discount. We're actually about to redo this one. I just want to really do this one a lot different. But yeah, so this is always a great one. So great classes on there, very, very detailed. You get to see the full process. Sometimes we go through classes and they're really, really quick and don't really give you a true idea of how long. This one of those things that it gives you a true idea of how long it takes to make these, because I sat there, we were there and everyone actually made theirs and have to cut out the lines to do the curves and all of that stuff. So yeah, this was one where it was in real time. The stoles from Cricut, understanding from Cricut to Silhouette. If you don't want to take the full on, or you really just want to you can take the full 30-day class, but you want to really understand how to go from Cricut terminology to Silhouette, that's a great one to take. But yeah, definitely check out our content over on the website, shop.hsinc365.com. How do you get to my website? Click on the link in the description. It will take you to my link tree, and it has a bunch of resources on there. The first one on there is The first one on there is my my website. Okay. I'm going to pull it up over here for you guys. Um so you have, oh wait, it was the first one up here. Now, I mean, this will still get you to our website. I gotta redo this. But Essentials Select Studio is here. Party favors, SVGs, um, Essential Solar Studio. That was the one for Shopify. This is for the paper, the ink. Like literally all of these go to the exact same website, but I mean, you just click on the one that you specifically need. But yeah, all of the information here. Like it's a lot of resources, like where I get files from, fonts, and a lot of great resources on my link tree. Okay. All right, y'all. But I am out of here. I am 35 minutes over the time that I plan to be on here. I got Photoshop and Affinity, don't know how to use it, but I've used GIMP. Okay. Someone brought a silhouette. She said facts. Grown people paying $7 for candy she got from Costco, Sam's, etc. Exactly. Um, you've paid for the thermal stickers, the ones that they make with the Rolo and like the other thermal printers. I'm so sick of saying you're using race. It's always about race. They use race for everything. Okay. True. True, true, true. I mean, it's like when you even when you don't want to kind of make it seem like that, it really does come back to it. We all have stereotypes for, even ourselves, like within our own community, we have stereotypes. So I definitely need silhouette class. I need one, but I've heard that the software is a bit complex. It's complex when you don't know how to use it. Um, it's really not that any graphic. So if you think silhouette is complex, then you're definitely not gonna be ready for Photoshop or Illustrator or any of those. It's about really understanding it and having it broken down in the way that you can understand. And I promise you, that is what my 30-day course does. It really breaks it down to where you are going to understand these tools. And then once you start to bring it all together for designing, it makes a lot of sense. It's only complex when you don't understand the tools. Uh, it was when I first started, but now I have my own printer. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to hop off. I'm actually going to go and read all of your comments because there are a bunch of them. Yeah, I have no idea why Facebook is doing that, but yeah. Um, I'm gonna definitely go back and read all of your comments because y'all were really giving on comments today. I have a lot of reading to do as I go through emails. I don't know how I'm probably gonna go through these before I go through emails, but thank you guys so very much. Hopefully, this has been helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings too bad and step on some toes when I call people entitled and lazy. It's just what I see, people. I'm sorry. But until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. And most importantly, continue to be incredible. Oh, and I have a new saying because it came from Eric over on the blank spot when he had the audacity. He said, "Do you have some words to leave the people?" And I said, since your message is about audacity, I want each and every one of you to have the audacity, to have the American gall to be the best version of you at the level that you are on. All right. So I want you to have the audacity to be the best version of you, whether it is in business, as a wife, as a girlfriend, as a husband, as a mother, as a father, as an aunt, as a friend, whatever level, however you want to apply it, be the best version of you that you can be and be unapologetic for being the best version of you. All right. Until next time. Peace.